Submission Radio returns this week for another action-packed show, featuring interviews with Conor McGregor's striking coach Owen Roddy, Thompson and Johny Hendricks, as well as a huge roundtable discussion with severe MMA's own Sheehan analyzing UFC 216 and what's next for Tony Ferguson. As always, the video above features clickable annotations and timestamps, and below is a rundown of what to expect on the episode. We hope you enjoy the show. Conor McGregor's longtime striking coach Owen Roddy returns to Submission Radio to discuss the aftermath of the Floyd Mayweather fight and the biggest lessons to come from it. UFC 216 and Tony Ferguson becoming the UFC interim lightweight champion. How much the interim belt really means Ferguson's striking, and how a Tony Ferguson vs. Conor McGregor fight would look. The possibility and rumors of a Nate Diaz trilogy fight, when Conor McGregor is likely to return, and how much time he would need to fully prepare. The boxing tools added to Conor's arsenal from the Mayweather training camp, his life over the last few months, and the extra attention he's been getting. Artem Lebov's preparations ahead of UFC Gdansk, the Owen Roddy vlogs, and more. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson returns to the program to discuss his upcoming fight against Jorge Masvidal at UFC 217. Bisping vs. GSP. George's striking style compared to his own. The rumors that he's going to brawl and show a different side of himself. The welterweight division and how he fits into the title picture. Carlos Condit returning and Rafael dos Anjos making waves. Georges St. Pierre returning to fight Michael Bisping and possibly dropping down to welterweight afterwards, doing modeling work on the side, and more. Johny Hendricks jumps on at 513 to talk about his upcoming fight against Paulo Borrachina at UFC 217. His big decision to move his camp to Jackson Winklejohns, what he feels he's getting there, that he wasn't before, how this impacts his confidence training and sparring with elite-level fighters like Carlos Condit and Cowboy Cerrone, what it's like living with Cerrone if he feels the UFC are trying to use his name to build Borrachin his style, and how he fights similarly to Johnny's past opponent, how he'll tackle his weight cut this time around, being on the same card as GSP, and more. Sheehan Severe MMA returns to Submission Radio to discuss UFC 216, Tony Ferguson vs. Kevin Lee. What's next for Ferguson? Kevin Lee as a potential welterweight, Demetrius Johnson's stunning win, and what's next? The Bisping vs. GSP UFC 217 press conference, and lots more. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at @SubmissionHouse and interact with us, as we love chatting with you guys. You can also catch every episode of Submission Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, and SoundCloud. Subscribe to Submission Radio on YouTube.